All right, so I've got that there. I have this here. I have this here. I think I am ready. So, welcome. Today, I am super excited to finally get to share with you a look inside the newest issue of Moorit magazine. This is the Sweet Shop issue, and it's their spring summer one, and it's full of colorful, super colorful patterns. I think there are 11 of them in here, and it's mostly garments, but it also includes, we'll go this way. This is my slice of life shawlette, scarflet, whatever you want to call it. It almost wears like a cowl when I wear it like this. Tove and Bahar here. Hi, welcome, ladies. So nice to see you. So this is it. This is actually my third sample. My original two samples are actually still in Scotland. So I decided to go ahead and make another one since I was still waiting on the magazine, but it had finally arrived. I was so excited. It had, ooh, you should have seen the box it came in. I should have taken a picture of it. It got a little beat up. So it definitely had an adventure getting here. But the magazine looks fine. It arrived safely at long last, and this is such a nice magazine. Moorit is kind of like the answer to all those nice knitting magazines out there. It's beautifully put together. The photography is great. The colors are fantastic. The pages are matte, so they're not shiny like a lot of magazines are. So it feels like a really high quality publication. And then of course, all of the pictures. So I'm just gonna kind of flip through here. This would work easier if I had a camera on the ground. Not on the ground, but over it. And there's me again. This way. Yep. So those are, and so she's got both of them. The original sample I worked with brazen yarn, and the colorway was called Citrus Delight. And then this one was from Plank and Stella, and it's called Candy Yum Yum. So this is a self-striping sock yarn, this first one was, and then this one is more like a speckled yarn. And they were both really fun to work with for this design. And so there's a close-up picture. I keep going the wrong direction. And one more. See, so many great pictures. I can't see when I get it where you guys can see. So, but let's see if I can do it this way. There, that way. Now I can also kind of see. So this is one of the sweater patterns. And I love the color blocking. Another cute top. This one's kind of a flowy top, right? With color blocking. A little beret. What is this? This part is I think that says the next of British woolen mill owners. So this is a little article. Sorry, I haven't actually read through it yet. I have just looked through it and admired it. But see, we've got articles, we've got great patterns. See, I think this one's really gorgeous. This one is looks like single crochet in the front or back loop only. So I think this one's really cute too. And that one's striped with a cute little detail at the bottom. And then this one is also really pretty. And so this one is beaded. So let me come this way a little bit. So I think this one's really pretty design as well. Oops, I skipped a page. And here's another shawl, so another accessory. So there are 3 accessories in here, and the rest are tops. So this is a really pretty little shawl. And then another top with shell stitches. So if you're looking for, and here's another article on punch needle. So that's fun, and I am gonna flip a little bit faster. Okay, and so here's the pattern itself. The little chart in there, which is handy. And so, see, that's the instructions, y'all. It's pretty simple. Once you get going with it, it's easy to memorize. So, and then here are the other patterns. We've got beautiful schematics and a few charts. Bead placement, and it's going faster now. So, and then you also usually get a download code in the back here, right? But this is also fun. They have a little directory of all the contributors here. So that was fun to do. And of course, here I am on the side over here. So it's a nice way to meet all the designers as well. So I was really thankful that they included that. So that is Moorit magazine. This is my second one. I have another one that I bought because I wanted to do one of the patterns in it, and of course I haven't done it yet. Maybe I can do that this summer when we move. I'll have to see. So let's take a look at the sample itself. I'm going to take it off here. And so see, I just have it wrapped around and kind of tucked in the back, but you could absolutely tie it in the back too, just a little half knot, or use a shawl cuff would be a great way to tie it in the back too. So this is what she looks like. And this yarn is a merino singles base from Serenity Fibers. Bahar says that looks like quite the high-end magazine. It looks like a nice coffee table book and soft cover. Yeah, it is. It really is. It feels nice. It looks nice. It's a beautiful, beautiful print. So this is a kind of crescent-shaped piece. The ends are shaped a little bit differently, as you can see. And so when you drape it, if you just drape it over your shoulders like this, I'm going to have to stand up here. We'll put that back there. So you get the ends look a little bit different on each side. So if you are a fan of asymmetric designs, you might like this. And I also think this is a cute, like if you put a jacket on over top of it, and then you have this sort of ruffly flyaway trailing in front. So that's a fun, simple way to wear it as well. And then, of course, I had it just wrapped around. You could wrap it around just once and tie it if you wanted to. You could throw it in back and just do a little half hitch in front. Oops. Right? There's a picture of me wearing one of my other ones this way. So that's a fun little way to just throw it on if you've got like a cute summer dress and you just want a little extra warmth around your neck, or a kind of like an alternative to a necklace, right? You can throw on a nice light summer scarf like this and you get this pretty little thing, accessory, right? That's, like I said, kind of like a necklace, but it's a scarf. It's something that you make. Not that you can't make necklaces too, but yeah. All right, so let's talk briefly about how this is made. So this is worked back and forth in rows, and you have graduating stitches. So we start out with a row of single crochets, and then we increase. So we have a section of single crochets, and then the chain space here, right? And then we have a section of double crochets, and then another chain space, and then this last section is treble crochets. All right, so you get this wedge shape, and that's what gives it the crescent shape as you stack it up. But because we work it, so let me turn it this way. If you see the little stair-stepped edges, you get those on both sides because we add stitches with just foundation stitches. So you chain. Well, it's not actually foundation stitches. You chain out 3 or 4 stitches, and then you single crochet into those chains to make this stair step. So if you're working it this way, right, from the top or from the bottom up to the top. So you add a tiny bit of length on this side. No, actually it's this side. So this is the top. Sorry, I got confused about my own design. And I just finished making this. It happens, y'all. So you add with a chain on this side, and then you single crochet all the way across, and then you don't go all the way to the end on this side, so you stop about 3 stitches short, and then you turn around and you go back this direction with your increases. So it's really simple. It's just single crochet and then groups of single crochet, double crochet, treble crochet, working all the way across. And so that gives you the wedge shape, and then adding in the chain spaces just gives it a fun extra element. And it's called Slice of Life because it reminds me, the way that it's shaped, it reminds me of like an orange slice with the seeds or the little seed pockets in it. So that's that's where the name came from. I didn't actually expect them to stick with it because usually when I give a magazine a working title, they change it to something else. But they didn't this time. So Bahar says, I have a really nice fingering weight yarn that was the last skein available in the colorway I liked. What's the yardage for this scarf? So I actually didn't pay attention to the yardage on this for this next sample. I just picked a skein of fingering weight yarn from my stash and started working with it. So let me check real quick because I have the tag here. So this is what I used for this one. And she says it is 438 yards. For the originals, it's probably about the same. I would say 400 to 450 yards probably. Let me go to, I don't think they have yardage on the description. I think I've got to go to the patterns. So, because I definitely want to tell you correctly. All right, so Plank and Stella is 463 yards or 423 meters. And Brazen Stitchery is 460 yards or 420 meters. So 460, 463, 438. So this one is a little bit smaller. So I would say you can probably make, if you don't want to have a long piece, you could get away with 400 yards of fingering weight yarn, because I can still, like I said, I can tie this here. I could wrap it around and tie it in the back. So what I like to do, I'm trying to make sure I get it right side facing, is I like to wrap one side all the way around and tuck in like over here, right? And then the second side I just pull around and lay over the top, right? And then you can fuss with it to decide your layering. Bahar, ooh, perfect. I think my skein is almost, or about 500 yards. That's great. And the fun thing about this one is that you can just work until you run out of yarn. So unless you have a really specific length for the project in mind, then it can be shorter or it could be longer. If you want to make a longer one, then just, if you have 2 skeins of yarn, then give that a try. I haven't seen it yet, but I imagine, given the shaping of it, if you did 2 skeins, you would wear it like a scarf, but you would have these ends that drape down and kind of curl. So if you see, if I gather this up, see these ends kind of curl around each other. And so I think it would be really pretty as a full-length scarf instead of just a wrap. And if you used a heavier weight yarn, so this is fingering weight yarn, I used a size C hook, which is 2.75 millimeters. So if you used a heavier weight yarn, like a sport weight or DK weight, or even if you like a heavier piece, worsted weight I think would be okay in this too. It would make it wider, so it would be more like a shawl. So this is, I don't know, let's measure it. I didn't measure this last one, but it is about 7.5 inches, or what is that, 10, like not quite 20 centimeters all the way across. Yeah, about 18 centimeters all the way across the width. So just measuring from here to here. So it's about the width of a scarf, but if you made it in a heavier weight yarn, then it would make it wider, and it would be more like a shawl that you could wear. So I think that this is a really versatile piece, And you can make it summery with a single skein of lightweight yarn. This is a merino wool and silk blend. I was going to look and see if she said what particular type of silk or wool, but I'm pretty sure it's merino and some sort of silk. So it feels really nice. It's got beautiful drape, but it worked really nicely in the sock yarns too. So if you want it to be warmer, use a warmer yarn. If you want to try, I'd love to see it worked up in a nice soft cotton or like a hemp or linen blend yarn. I think that would be a fun, even lighter weight accessory for springtime. So yeah, lots of options for this one. And like I said, it's fairly simple once you get going with it. Oh, the one thing I didn't tell you is I decided to go with, so all of these taller stitches are just worked as normal, but for this single crochet segment, I don't know if you can really tell even if I hold this up like that. So the single crochet segment, we work into just one loop, so not both loops. And what that does is it leaves this extra line of texture, and it's on both sides. And so that's just the single crochet section. And I worked it both ways, you know, just in one loop and then under both loops. And I just like the way that it looked like this better. So if you don't want to work under just one loop, you can work under both loops. That's not going to change the structure of it at all. It's going to, working under just one loop will give this section a little bit more drape, but not a lot, especially if you have a nice drapey yarn. Bahar says she thinks hers is silk and camel. Ooh, I've never tried silk and camel blend yarn. That sounds exciting. Not as thin as lace weight. Yeah, if it's 500 yards, it might be approaching lace weight. Cool. I can't wait to see that. Definitely share a picture. I want to see this silk and camel blend yarn. That sounds exciting. I like that. Toe says lovely details. Thank you, Toe. I really appreciate that. All right. I hear my husband pulling up in the garage, so before he comes crashing through the door, I think I'm going to hush and let you guys go. If you have any questions about this piece or where you can find a copy of Moorit magazine, please reach out and let me know. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Bye.